we'll take this bottom trim off. Plywood's definitely rotted, but luckily, because this is a newer house, the sill is not, because it's pressure treated. This side, yeah, all good. I'll clean that up. Yeah, I don't think I want to put, so this was OSB plywood. I don't think I want to put plywood back there because obviously there was water issues, so I'm gonna figure something else out. I'm also going to clean up each side. There's some nails here. Get out of here. Here. And I'll cut this plywood back so that when we put a new piece in here, it's out of the way. I have this all cleaned up on the bottom here for the most part. Now I'm just gonna, this is pretty well cured, so I'm just gonna cut this. I like to use a coping saw blade. It's a nice thin blade and it's very flexible. So I can get in here and just cut this like that. I'll do it on that side and the other side. So I just wanted this cut up far enough for now so I can figure out what to do under here. So before there was OSB here, but I don't think I want to put it back there because obviously it's just going to rot away eventually. I can put a sample piece of my 908 casing or my brick molding, and this is kind of going to go like that. So what I'm thinking of doing, because if I just put one here, it's like buried in there. But if I double that up, that'll be 1.5 inches, and then this casing will sit down just like that, and I think that will work out pretty good. And then you can see how far it'll be out with the J channel. Once I replace this J channel eventually, I think it'll look good. So the first piece can go up like this, but then the second piece is going to go up further, right up into here, which is nice because that will give this threshold more support once I secure this. So I think that's going to work good. I'm going to get a measurement for my PVC, just hold my tape here. What I don't want to do is push it like this because that can move around. So I'm going to take my best guess of where this is going to be without moving it. And then on the other side, the J channel's kind of missing, but I can see that if I do 36.5, I think that's going to work. And then I need my height or my width. So I'm gonna get a level and put it on the bottom here because I wanna make it even with the bottom of the siding. So this isn't a perfect setup, but the level wouldn't fit the other way. But I have it shimmed up where it's even on the bottom of the siding on both sides. Like I said, I will be fixing that. But now I can kind of hold this where I think it needs to be. And then I can go down to this level and then right here at the top, so 6.5 will work for the one on the outside that's going up here. And then there's right here, the way the threshold is made, that other one is going to sit here. So I hold it to that and I can cut it short because you're not going to see it. So I think I can do 6 inches on that one. And I'm just going to double check on the other side. 6. So this one's like 5 7/8 by 6 3/8. So it's a little smaller. So I'm going to split that. I'm not going to, rip it by hand. If it's a little lower or higher on either side of the siding, I'm fine with that. So I'll do 6.5 all the way for this one, and then I'll do 5 3/4 for the back. That'll leave me plenty so it won't stick out past 36.5. And then 36.5. 6.5. 5 3/4. I'm just going to dry fit the first one. It's going to go just like that. Perfect. But before I install it, right under here, I'm going to run a bead of silicone. Now, put my piece in here. Jam it up tight. And for this one, I want to make sure I'm in the right place. So I center it there. A little bit of a gap on each side. I'm just going to shoot it with finish nails. And then I'll attach the other one with screws, and it'll go through both of these. And over here, hold it up nice and tight. I'm just trying to see where this stops. Up there. Might as well put a couple more. And these are galvanized nails, by the way, so they won't rust out. We'll see how this one fits. Again, that's going to go right up in here and be a nice support for this threshold. Fine at the bottom on both sides, hanging down just a little bit. So now I can get some screws and attach this. So to attach these, I'm going to use a hidden fastening system. You have the bit right here, the screw. This will sink the screw in a way that it will allow you to plug it or cap it afterwards with these white caps. So this will be completely hidden, which would be nice. I'm going to install this. This is the good side. And then before I do that, just as an extra step, I'm going to run a bead of silicone right underneath here where this is going to sit. And really, that's just going to maybe prevent this from squeaking or bouncing, and just give it an overall more secure feel. So start right here. Again, probably an unnecessary step. And this one in, tight to that. And we're gonna center it, kind of like that. Now I'm gonna apply some pressure upward so that I know this is nice and tight. I can get my first screw right in the middle. I'm not using an impact with these screws, just to be safe. That's it. That'll go through both of them and attach them both into that sill. Now we can install the plugs. Got some masking tape on my hammer so I don't mess these up. And this is like a collated system where you can do this super fast if you were in a hurry. I'm not. You can see I'm really wiping this down because this stuff is so staticky that there can be debris right here, and I just don't want to hammer any debris onto there and make a dent. Before I go too far, I'm just going to clean up this silicone so I don't make a mess. Just tuck it back here, because I'll end up siliconing that gap in when I put this trim on. Get that silicone out of there.